Welcome back to OnlyFangs News, the only news source where the host advocates for racism and is also accused of being a liberal pussy. A few days ago, we held a large in-person guild meeting, and while you'd typically think 41 sweaty, antisocial streamers crammed into a greenhouse would go great, it was actually rife with drama. From little things like stealing treasured possessions, all the way to accusations of corruption and even blackmail. But we'll get into that. For now, here's some general great news. Winter Veil is upon us, and a Merry Christmas to y'all, which means that everyone that has cooking actually has a purpose now. They can make gingerbread cookies for the treats of the Great Father quest. There are a few other quests that you can get from this event, and I recommend all of them. There's also these little snow stations planted all around the world that turn you into a gnome if you're tired of being a putrid horde character. But the real thing you don't want to get at this event are the snowballs you buy at vendors. You see, these snowballs are only purchasable during the Winter Veil event, and are also the only way to interrupt friendly players. So if you were in a dungeon and your ally was trying to hearth out of there before he dies, you definitely wouldn't want to have these on you to throw at them to stop them from herfing. Crusader Strike has been found. Well, actually it was found a bit ago, and I just wasn't made aware of it. It's a best in slot enchantment for warriors, giving a flat 100 strength. And speaking of warriors, Tyler 1 has hit level 60. Through all the coaching and level boosting off stream, and no one thought he could do it, but it's not impressive at all, because like he said, this game is easy. So if he wants to brag about it, he also has to say that this game is hard, which obviously he would never do. Unfortunately, this does mean that we could be facing a very scary future where Tyler 1 is tanking Ragnaros, which brings us to the reason I'm making this video. On December 13th, the first ever in-person guild meeting for this hardcore go-around happened, and Soda announced that the first raid on Blackrock will be happening January 15th. Hopefully. If we don't have enough people or just aren't prepared, we'll be pushing it back all the way up to February 1st, but that's not ideal. A lot more exciting things happened at this guild meeting, and it simply had to be talked about. But before I say anything about it, allow me to show you what the people thought of it.
I absolutely loved the OnlyFangs meeting.
I thought the IRL guild meeting was really cool. It was fun.
I had an absolute blast.
Best meeting I've ever been to in my life.
The pizza flown in straight from Italy.
I thought it was awesome that Soda flew us out first class.
I thought the trolls looked very Irish.
Like, actually flew the plane.
I got to meet Poke Laws.
The pigs in a blanket, sliced straight from the pig.
I can confirm is just as much of a troll in real life as he is online.
That disco ball that came on for 10 seconds, crazy.
My most favorite person there was Pombi.
Oh, and don't get me started on Soda Pop and looking in my direction.
The steak dinner was really good.
And my least favorite person there was Mizkif.
The PowerPoint was exquisite.
The best cosplay has to go to Poke.
I feel like that's like that for everybody.
I don't know what Ice King from Adventure Time has to do with World of Warcraft.
We also had a moment where S-Fan hit the entire room with a war stomp.
That meeting, it felt like I had friends.
And I think I lost my virginity for a second time.
The font size that they picked, the font type, captivating.
And I can't wait until the next in-person meeting.
This book has changed my life.
It was an awesome time.
Bravo.
5 stars all around. Everyone brought food that was delicious, except Mary, who brought undead vomit. We all gave gifts to each other, and everyone got to meet everyone in real life. And it all went perfectly, is what I wish I could tell you. But after the dust settled and I waited a few days for everyone to reflect on it, I interviewed a few more people.
The meeting started off rough. It was about an hour late.
The meeting? We can do better, dude.
First thing that I noticed,
people just getting my name wrong, fucking up the clout.
was there are a lot of very sharp, large weapons.
Soda literally put in all this stuff up by himself.
We all received simple instructions to show up with a costume.
And people show up in shit outfits.
I was the one in the Herod costume with the banger outfit.
We could barely do that.
Blood, sweat, and tears going into the creation of this.
I was sitting next to him and I'm like, oh my God, Harold, you cannot breathe.
And I didn't bring any weapons, so I was terrified.
And in fact, he couldn't because he was wearing 2 masks.
I had nothing to defend myself.
And I just see these dipshits run around with just some green face paint.
The amount of people doing green face or blue face,
I wasn't actually at the guild meeting.
they didn't even stop to think about how offensive it could be to some people.
After hearing a bunch of the stories, I don't even think that was a bad thing.
Grayson, as well as a few others, didn't show up with a costume.
Like, what is Mrs. Outfit supposed to be? A gay orc?
I try and RP with them. I try and Makara them. They're just ignoring me.
I mean, he is fucking gay.
Like, what the fuck? Where is the culture?
But I'd like to say a special fuck Grayson in particular for that.
Where is the respect? It honestly disgusts me.
Why were 3 different orc members
They don't even want to try an RP.
caught in the bathroom jerking off instead of pissing?
I'm over here saying brudda, mon, bumbaclat, all types of troll shit.
And then you have Poke looking like Mr. White Christmas.
And no one's one's even trying.
And Grace is not even in a fucking outfit.
Thankfully, the lack of costumes were not noticed
Later on in the night, we did a white elephant gift exchange, and when it came to my turn,
due to everyone's eyes being glued on the hottest cosplayer there.
the guild leader had asked what race I was.
Thank you, Anthony Confan, for putting a lot of effort into your costume.
Don't even get me started on the food either.
No one even ate my egg.
I'm glad I didn't cook anything
There was toilet paper that ran out halfway through.
because no one would have ate that anyway.
No one even gave a shit or even tried my fish.
So there was shit found smearing the walls.
Because there were no utensils
I was literally begging people to eat my fish.
and no place.
Oh, there's too many vegetables.
I think that the only solution to this is that every single person
Oh, it's a little raw.
that went to the guild meeting should be canceled.
Show some respect and eat my fucking fish, dude.
That wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was the fact that Soda,
Everyone's just reaching over it to get some fucking Dominoes.
with that cosplay, his hook nose was looking so good,
I have a freaking clat who lives in a garden.
ended up making 10 people question their sexuality.
Despite the lack of costumes, the lack of a food segment,
My Secret Santa gift, it was incredible. I brought the best one.
we had a box of wood as a gift,
I'm not gonna say which one it was, but it was amazing.
a couple gallons of milk.
And then for Christmas, I got milk jugs.
And what do I get? I get a fucking piece of wood.
I don't want your lactations.
And my dog just won't leave me alone about it. Here, it's yours.
Maybe the next one might go a bit smoother, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Sounds like the guild meeting was a little bit of a success.
All right, Harold, you're gonna like blur out my face.
But yeah, I mean, I had a great time.
Add a voice changer, right? That's how this works.
As you can tell, people were upset about it. So let's go over the rumors and drama. First off, Tyler 1 didn't attend. However, he did make a reaction, as any good streamer would. And he seemed to be overwhelmed with cringe and simply couldn't watch anymore. Personally, I think this is extremely disrespectful. Because, you know what? Sure, maybe we are a little nerdy. And we can be unfunny from time to time. And you know what? Yeah, maybe we're just overall cringe. Anyway, the next piece of rumor comes from the viewers at this meeting. Sodapoppin revealed that the average level of the guild member, not including level 1s, is 25. This is extremely embarrassing, and as soon as he said this, casual viewers and diehard stans alike started to murmur. Was OnlyFangs bad? Even our own loving child guild Fangsley whispered about our underachievements. Now, I'm not sure what this may lead to, but what I do know is that for the next in-person guild meeting, everyone will be watching, waiting to see if the stats increase. Additionally, OnlyFangs News has been accused of breaking the journalistic law of abiding to one news source. Alex Jones and Mizkif together accused us of being mogul mail.
That fake news pussy is here and he's not doing any more news. I got a hit piece coming out. They're keeping you in the barracks for some reason. We're gonna get you out of there. We're finally some real news. That Ludwig guy doesn't do good. No, you do real news. I got you. I won't do that fake news like that mogul mail guy. Nope. What do Ludwig and the fake news guy have in common, huh? Look into it.
This is obviously slander, because I can actually speak French. However, to quell any rumors, I've reached out to Mogul Mail to see if they would be willing to do an episode of OnlyFangs News. And in doing so, I've become the only possible way for a variety streamer like Ludwig to ever touch World of Warcraft. No response yet. And the last little cookie of drama I have for you to gnaw on is a very personal piece. You see, after the meeting, there was an after party. Then after that after party, there was an after party after the after party. And at this after party, I wasn't wearing my face, as we were in a house with no cameras and amongst peers that I presumed were to be trusted. However, shortly after Mizkif arrived, I offered a friendly best of 3 in Smash Bros Ultimate, which he promptly accepted and hastily lost. In a low moment of defeat, he pulled out his phone, took a picture of my face, and said, and I quote, 11,000 subs, and I tweet this. So if I start favoring his race, just know it's blackmail, nothing else. Other than all that, it was a total success, and we look forward to the next one. Now, moving on to tips and tricks, I'm going to give you some actual advice for the level you probably are, 25. Do not queue with randos. There are some guilds out there that want OnlyFangs members dead. For example, Laughing Coffin. Now, if you don't get the reference, you were never 14, and if you do get the reference, probably on an FBI watch list. In dungeons like BFD and SFK, there are mind control mechanics, where if you are hit with that mechanic, the whole rest of your party can attack you and kill you. This has been done and will continue to be done, so avoid randos. Next piece, don't stock up on snowballs to interrupt your allies' hearthstones or key abilities. Don't do that. And lastly, if you have a weapon that you will keep for a while, like Whirlwind Axe or Crescent Staff, immediately go get it enchanted. If you got money like Scrooge McDuck, then maybe you could get something like Fiery Enchant, but if you have no money like Zach GG, then you can get some plus extra stats or something. As for daily deaths, here's all the ones that happened while I've been gone. And by the way, I'm not back. I just wanted to make this last one because so much happened. And thank you to our sponsor, Power Levelers. Power Levelers, the only reason your favorite streamer is the level they are. Thank you for watching OnlyFangs News. We'll be back after everyone realizes how bad Alex Jones really is.